doesn't matter. Whatever. This type of food poisoning made me shit for 3 days.
Your whole hockey team watched the OC.
Yeah. Just boys being boys, baby.
Boom. And we're live. And Jason, go. We're live.
And I found out that the place I buy Italian food from, like the warehouse I told you about once, they deliver anything that's not like refrigerated is deliverable. So I just ordered like $100 worth of pasta and I don't know, meats.
$100 worth of pasta for you and your tiny girlfriend? Is that what I heard?
But I'm fucking stacking up, baby. I'm getting the whole cupboard filled. It's gonna be wall to wall pasta.
So that's what happens, right? You avoid the carbs, and then when you get comfortable with another person, your Italianism comes out, and you're
no.
It's time
it's every couple of weeks. It's just I don't want to drive 45 minutes back and forth to go get pasta that's really good quality. You know what I mean? Like I'll just stock up. I'll get it delivered to my door. I
want some. Can I buy some off you? Are you gonna put it in
dime
bags?
I didn't buy that much.
You should dime it out and sell it on the streets with a little ragu on the side.
I will say most of it is the $10 delivery charge and the meats that I got. I got sausage and oil, a little cacciatore and oil.
What does that mean? It's just sausage that chills in oil?
It's just like a cured sausage that sits in a jar of oil.
So
hot, spicy oil.
So it like never goes bad in your head?
Exactly,
so
man.
It's an oil. No. It's been 3 years.
It's good for like a year. It's good for a year, man. It's like, it's cured.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, okay.
And I got pork cheek. I got guanciale for if I make carbonara and shit. That's good for a while too.
Oh, look at you getting all fucking Italian on me like a fucking Mario brother.
I got a couple of pastas I've never heard of before. Tortiglioni, which is, I don't fucking even know.
Sure,
not tortellini.
Yeah. It's tortellini, but the difference is what?
No, it's not even tortellini. It looks like rigatoni, but anyways.
There's fucking bullshit. Their whole life, like, I don't understand. Like, it's a joke that spaghetti, that mini spaghetti is called spaghettini. Like, you can't just go ettini and you make it small.
That's how Spanish and Italian work, though. Like, Spanish, isn't it like abuela is my grandmother and abuelita is my very short grandmother? Or I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, you just add like ini and oni, and it's small and big.
You have like one of those. I never understood those decorations that old people have for no reason. Of like they just have like a jar of 3-colored pasta that they never open, and you're like, what is that?
Eat it
for emergencies? Or what do you need?
Break glass in case of emergency. in case my mobster son and his 3 compadres come in after murdering someone.
Yeah, why is there a large cylinder full of beans of multicolors? Who decided that was nice? I want to know. And why did it become such a fad to have food that you're never going to eat? Here are the fruits no one eats. We don't eat them. They're here for decoration. We have all the pasta, and just to prove to people, look, we keep our real food in the cupboards, but we need to prove to people that on the outside there is food in this room. There is food in this room, but
we don't keep it here.
Yeah. Who needs display food?
But I think colored pasta is a fucking scam in general. Like squidding pasta, I think we've talked about this probably, but squidding pasta is fucking. It's not garbage. It's good, but it's regular pasta. It doesn't taste any different because you're gonna put it in a bunch of sauce. It's the same. The squidding tastes like anything. When
they do the zebra stripe or something like that, then you're like, okay, this guy's got way too much time on his hands. It's cool, but like it's not gonna taste any different.
I've never seen that.
It's like. That's cool. They stripe the pasta, so like when it's very impressive. But again, it doesn't make a difference. You know?
I like how you like. If I had said that, you'd be calling me a fucking idiot, and then it's also a pussy for some reason, and gay, and a pedophile.
Because I'm the only one in this podcast. That's how you like to play the victim, eh? You're the only one who doesn't resort
and racist.
To that stuff. Such a punk. It's ridiculous.
Anti-Semitic.
Yeah, classic. Why I was watching? I was on like Amazon. I think Amazon or something. Like you're looking
Prime?
for a movie to watch.
Okay.
And like these days, there's so many streaming services. So now, when you're trying to find a movie to watch, you literally look through every movie that's ever existed before you choose. It's like exactly like going to like Blockbuster when I was a kid. You know, you spend hours just walking around and looking. You know, while your father's in the back section trying to figure out what he wants.
Again, there's no back section at Blockbuster. It's a nice Christian store with Christian values and
they
Christian
say that's why it failed.
DVD movies. Yes,
they say that's why 100%. It failed.
That's why there's still Videotrons out there with back rooms.
Yeah, exactly. Dude,
I don't think I ever mentioned this, but the Videotron Super Club, which had like DVDs and stuff right by my parents' place, like 2 blocks away, it turned into a
I had one near my house too.
Yeah, mine turned into a Islamic place of worship.
Classic. I mean, that makes sense.
It's like, dude, it makes no sense. It's like the size of my apartment, and there's like 70 people that just cram in there. It makes no sense. Like I know the square footage of that place. It makes no sense how many cars are parked outside of it to go pray.
The Super Club Islamatron.
Yeah.
The Super Mosque Islamatron. Yeah. That's sick. And maybe you can still buy cell phones in there.
If you go into the back section, you actually see a hand-drawn picture of the Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah, that's great.
That's their back section.
You walk in there, you're like, is this a carpet depot now? I didn't realize. That's a joke on the amount of carpets that would be laid on the floor.
Yeah. No, my joke was that the forbidden fruit of that world would be a thing you're not allowed to see, which is a drawing of their god.
Yeah, because you get killed over that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was seeing some old movies from back in the day. I thought like it's crazy how many comedies could never be made again. That's one thing. I remember I was trying to think of which movies we were watching something, but there was one that's great, which is White Men Can't Jump. Do you ever see that movie?
I was too young, man. I kept seeing it when I was like 8 years old. Like you walk through the Blockbuster aisles, and I kept seeing that. And I was like, "There's no way I can't watch." Was that? Woody Harrelson?
Woody Harrelson and Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, no, to me, Wesley Snipes was the guy who killed vampires. Like I was too young for that movie. I was gonna watch him play basketball as like a second place. You know what I mean? Like as a what's the word? You know, when you get something instead of something else.
Yeah. What's that? Bait and switch?
Not bait and switch. Just like oh god, there's so much dust here.
That's disgusting. You're in your brand new house and you're shaking dust.
My computer monitor behind the scenes here has got a shitload of dust. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Point is, I never watched
your
White
act.
Man Can't. I what?
I thought you were cleaning your act. That's the
my dusty act.
Yeah, that's the.
Because the jokes are old and shitty.
They're old and shitty. So White Men Can't Jump. Isn't that like the funniest? I'd love to just imagine there was one that was called Black People Suck at Hockey. Imagine that's the title.
Black Man Can't Swim.
Yeah. WAP Can't hit a home run. I don't know, like why. I think it's really funny that
Italians can't curl.
Yeah, and like Larry Bird's like, I take personal offense of the existence of this.
I'm the one person, along with 12 Serbians and a Slovenian man.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that black people aren't good at hockey. There are at least 3 that I can think of. But it would be the same movie but it would not be okay. I don't think if the other movie came out. You
don't think that would? I think right now would be the time to make a remake of White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah, but you have to put it in a different sport. I think and you'd have to be with women now. So it'd be like white bitches ain't shit. White bitches, and so Sabrina joins the WNBA.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, they find out that she used to be Sam.
Yes, which explains why she's 6'3" and 250. But I see these articles being shared of like there's like this article of like an Australian like trans person who's now who's a woman, you know.
Okay.
And she's like 6'3", 250, and it's like she's destroying the handball league.
Yeah.
But it's like she's clearly playing rugby. There's just like, you know, there's like, that's not, I know what handball looks like. It's a ball. It's not an oblong object. The pictures associated with the shitty, like the fake article is not real. It's just like there's so much like shit that like some 14-year-old is putting together just to anger so many people, on both sides too. Like angering like conservatives who are like, this is ruining girls' sports, as though they give a shit about girls' sports to begin with. As though they're voting for the WNBA to get like profits from the NBA so they can like make a, you know, 6-figure wage.
Yeah, but it's kind of amazing because, you know, like no one, I don't read shit. I just see I just see the headline of an article.
Exactly.
And then I go, you know, I just spread that news. Like, you know, I heard that Bigfoot exists. You know, but people don't believe that one. But if you say, you know, I heard Biden was actually caught with rape, like there's actual evidence that Biden was.
Well, that I believe. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's just like right away, like. Now you're like, okay, when I was younger and there was no intranet, what's the difference between an intranet and an internet, you know?
I think intranet is local network. Is global.
That's true. Okay,
so intranet is what you use with your neighbors to share asshole pics, and internet is what you use with the whole community at large
to share
more
my
asshole
neighbor.
pics.
It's a beautiful day in my asshole. It's a beautiful day in my asshole. Won't you put your dick in it?
That was another thing I never watched was Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood.
He creeped me out. He creeped me out, and he was too slow, and he
Mr. Dress Up, all that shit.
No, Mr. Dress Up was the shit. We talked about this at the beginning.
I know, but I was too young. I never watched it.
So he was my dude. He always looked to me like an old Robin Williams. That was like as if Robin Williams aged healthy and didn't, you know, and didn't accidentally kill himself while masturbating, which I'm pretty sure is accurate.
No.
I think that's a sad one.
Yeah, well, which we don't have to talk about. What were we saying? I wish we had a producer who could just play back the last thing we said so we don't fucking get off track.
I think you were talking about how funny my act was. It was something like that.
Yeah. That's why, which is why I'm letting you headline our co-headlining online show, which
you got to advertise
looking forward to. Yeah, May 21st, I think.
We've gotten a crazy amount of messages about opening for us because we brought it up last week and all the comics listened. So now we have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Right.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah, especially because it's not, you know, you're not confined to being a Montreal comic. You could be from anywhere because it's an online show. That alone made it so that we received dozens of messages.
I didn't even think of
from
that
across. It's shit. We can get fucking Dylan if we wanted.
Yeah,
to.
That's what I was thinking. We should.
Okay. He's probably listening right now. He's going, no.
Dylan, you came back to Twitter in a storm, right?
Yeah, good stuff.
You came back. You're hilarious, and now I need you to tickle my taint with your vocal cords.
Please.
Come. I think it'll be fun. That's an interesting idea. I need to write something for that.
I need to write more than just what I've been doing.
Dude, like Mark Norman's been posting videos of him doing sets all over the States, and it is killing me watching him do live comedy. It is.
I just saw that the Cellar's opening in New York City. Of all the places, the place that was affected the most by COVID in North America is opening. Yeah. It's fucked that we have to go back. I know, it's fucked that we have to go. We have a curfew as of 4 days from now. Again, 8 o'clock.
My cousin was telling me that I could just go into the States and get vaccinated.
How?
They don't check anything. They ask you for a bill or something like that. Like everyone who's gotten it done, even like you get leftovers. Like you go to the day and then whenever like everything's done for the day, they still have vaccine shots and they give them to anyone who's waiting. He said I can go in. Anyone could go in. You don't have to be a citizen. You can get. And that's not even the only American who said that. Another American told me the same thing, that we could go in and get shots, no problem. And now they have the single dose ones too, right?
JJ baby.
Yeah, so it's like, go get JJ. Put JJ in my bank. And make you feel insane. I think like that's almost, because if I know that my grandmother's not even getting another shot for 2 months, how am I going to expect to even get the first one?
Never mind 2 months, 105 days.
It's insane.
Which is so specific.
We're not, like, it's crazy. Meanwhile, Theater St. Catherine's doing live shows tonight.
Yeah, only for French people. I don't know why. I don't know why they didn't like reach out to any. Well, I guess we would have to reach out and do it.
You don't know. They might be renting it out.
Right.
They
but
might
also, how is that going to work as soon as like the curfew hits on Sunday? How would you rent out a theater? Like you'd have to have a show at 6 o'clock.
Yeah, they're
for
probably
an
done.
hour.
They're probably done after this weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
They're probably done. Dunsky, as I like to say, because that's more fun, you know.
Yeah. Sure. Man.
And yeah, it's hard to watch like that. Now I'm getting hard jealous at people who are just doing sets elsewhere. I'm happy Ontario's closed. Fuck that. I was not feeling good with everyone.
When Ottawa was doing mics when they have like more cases than we do.
Did not like that.
Yeah.
But you know, there we are.
Yeah, I just want to yell. I just want to yell at a crowd that's not listening to me. You know, just want to do a grumpy set even.
Oh my
I'll
God! There's a video of some hippy dippy drippy band that it was very good, very kings of
Leon. What are you talking about though? Kings of convenience.
Playing at Grumpy's. And there was a video released just a day ago, and they're at Grumpy's, and they're playing their really cool song in Grumpy's, and it literally it's well produced, and it made me want to cry.
Right.
And then Ram's playing the bangos, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, all I want to do is be Ram's bango bongo.
Yeah, as he pours a shot of Jameson through his tits into your mouth.
Yes, please. Yeah. But it really felt like I just missed the place so much just because of the way.
Insane how you would miss a place that's in a basement that's 250 years old that smells like dead raccoon in the summer because there's a raccoon that died in the walls. And,
we should do a special. We should go there and like film like a really short comedy, like 15-20 minute special.
I would love that.
We put on YouTube and dedicate and like put like 4 of like like Grumpy's regulars on it. And just film it and put it on. Like I bet you that get a good amount of clicks and just some comedy love.
I don't care if it gets clicks. I would just love to have like a 20-30 minute setup on that's well produced.
But with like the thing is you can't really put an audience in there, so it's like there's not gonna be any laughs. Anyways, this is a joke
right now,
because everything's closed. Yeah, Grumpy is the place. There's a comic who did
David Heddy.
David Heddy did and
record his album there.
You hear it in the audio somehow. You can smell Grumpy's in the place.
Yeah.
Just by listening to it.
I miss it.
Yeah, me too. So I was mentioning how you were having beers on the canal.
Yeah.
Which is that's nice.
Just before dinner, just before I made my Korean chicken and baby bok choy.
Ocean view.
The canal is so fucking gross right now. I saw a pigeon go into the canal, take a sip, and fly away because it was too disgusting. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it was too gross for like rat with wings.
That's amazing. Yeah, it's not pretty this time of year.
It's not. Especially on my end of it, which is like it's like right. I'm at the edge where it's like. 100 yards to the left is the last bridge before it just becomes industrial for like miles and miles,
As all the garbage from Westmount rolls down the hill into the Lachine Canal. That is our home.
And also, like, if you know Montreal, like the view from there is a beautiful view up until 5 years ago when they built the super hospital that looks like a bunch of Lego blocks, and it's right in front of the fucking mountain. And it used to be a beautiful view of the city with the oratory and everything, the lights and everything. But now it's just a fucking yellow, blue, red, green building where
they
people
really
are
did.
dying.
Like how high should we make just so they can't see the cross anymore?
Just make it the worst part of the city if you can, and remind them that there are children dying in here, please.
That's why it makes me really. I find it like I'm not saying it's not a fun place to live by the canal. It is. I just think it's funny how much emphasis is put on it in regards to some people paying a lot of money to live by the canal.
Oh
which
yeah,
half of the year looks like a gutter.
Yeah, the condos around there are fucking $1 million for a shoebox.
It's crazy.
And yeah, and my favorite is when you pay condo fees for the gym you don't use, the pool you don't use.
I can't even imagine paying for something that you didn't have, like your own terrace or your own balcony of at least a little bit of space. Like, how do you live in a place that you can't walk outside of? It's crazy to me.
Especially like when you get you see those buildings where they call them Juliet balconies, where it's literally just a ledge. You open patio doors and you have a grate in front of you and you just have a ledge.
Yeah. Those are not that would not be enough for me. That definitely not.
Well, of course not. It's just a ledge. You can just look outside. You can't even step outside of your place.
It's perfect to jump off of because of the decision you made to buy this place. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's great.
I think I've mentioned before that my neighbor... Holy shit, it got really dark as we were talking. My neighbor across the street is a radio DJ. He's a classic rock radio DJ. Yeah. For
a known station? For
the only classic rock station you can think of in Montreal.
Is it still Q92?
Baby, it's Shome.
Shome.
CHOM. Shome 97.7.
Oh, I'm thinking rock. Soft rock, of course.
No. Classic rock, yeah.
Shome is the only one I listen to, really.
Yeah, if I before I got my fancy new FM Bluetooth radio transmitter in my 2004 Camry, I would listen to Shome for the week that I didn't have that device. And you know what I mean, like the one that goes from the cigarette lighter to your Bluetooth.
You have that?
Yeah.
Does it work well?
Yeah.
Does it? And you don't have to charge it, eh?
No, it's plugged into the cigarette lighter.
So I have one that goes into that.
Don't you have an aux cable?
I have an aux cable, but I like better to. I'd rather just connect to Bluetooth when I walk into my car.
Really?
That's what I want. I really want to. I think I'm going to pay for an entire change of the radio system.
Yeah, it's like $400.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Anyways, you were telling me about your friendly neighbor who invited you over for...
No, he's never even looked at me in the eye. He's never looked at me in the eye.
Yeah.
No, I was just very surprised when I saw him. That's
why he turns you on so much, because he like that disrespect.
He's hard to get, baby. He's playing hard to get. No, I was just very surprised to see that he hosts a show at certain time, 7:00, let's say, because that's the time he hosts the show. And I see him leave at 6:40, and we live 20 minutes away from downtown.
Yeah.
And it's just he's got to get there and just be calling the producer on his phone, be like, just play Stairway to Heaven. Just start the show with Stairway to Heaven. I'll be there in 5 minutes. Just you know what I mean? Yeah. You're kind of getting close, dude.
Just put me on conference. It's really the phone. The phone is pretty much the same thing. I wonder if they're just going from home these days. I guess they're still going.
They're not. He left.
I mean, I've been listening to Jim Norton and Sam Roberts, and they've been since the beginning of pandemic recording from their houses. And
crazy.
I don't even think they're planning on going back to the office now.
I mean, if you have the technology, why? Why would you do it?
I'll tell you why. The same why we would do it, because there is a bit of a delay when you have guests on Zoom. Their connection isn't Zoom; it's much better. But for guests that come in and they don't get an experience where some big actor is gonna come to their actual studio and they get to talk to them. Instead, it's on Zoom, and it's even right now. There's always a delay. We're so much less on it, because of the delay.
And the first time, the one time we did it a couple of weeks ago was a little bit weirder because you do.
You were hard the whole time. You can't be hard the whole time. We're sitting so close to each other.
I know, man. I'm sorry. It wasn't you. It was the pants.
Yeah,
I was wearing my special spandex prescription pants to keep my blood flow going, and it goes all to my dick.
Shit.
They're like diabetes socks, but for my thighs, and it goes to my dick.
I like that.
No, but just even the only person I've been talking to in person is my girlfriend, so it's hard to go back to the raw sexual chemistry you and I have in person.
Thank you for acknowledging it.
Yeah, of course. No, but you know what I mean. There is something to say about just doing it week after week in person.
Yeah, that we were definitely in a flow at one point, and then the February blues came around for everybody in the world and hit us. as humans just as hard. So
Well,
we're
I
gonna
mean,
get back in the swing of things.
Not to talk about it again, but the fucking I was doing well today because I have my pasta coming, and then I hear about the fucking curfew. I hear about the curfew, and it dips, man. It does something to your brain. I know it's 8:00 and it's dark outside, but by the time next week comes, it'll be 8:15. It'll be still light outside, and we'll be stuck inside.
You just have to not do the week by week thing and look at long runs and be like, okay, hopefully by May we've done enough jumps, so it's like, okay, one more, make it May. Look, the weather also is such bullshit up until that point. We're kidding ourselves if we think it's just gonna be sunny weather up until May.
It's great right now. It's the summer right now. It's 20 degrees. I don't even know why I'm wearing a shirt. I should be naked.
It's beautiful. And it's gonna be beautiful all weekend, right?
Yeah.
I can't wait to make love to all of you. I'm
lucky that I have my deck though. We set up my deck. I got outdoor furniture now. We just got a barbecue delivered today. A little portable barbecue.
I saw you have a nice view.
Got a nice view. We'll have you guys over for dinner.
So excited to have a fucking backyard and just piss in every corner of it. To be like, yes! I'm just pissing. I'm just gonna move in and just piss on my line right away. There's a little fence. We have to build a new one. I'm gonna make you help me with some shit. I don't give a shit. You're either gonna help me with demo or you're gonna help me with.
I'll come demo.
Do some demo. That doesn't sound so bad, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'll have a really hard time breathing. I'll be a little bitch about it.
Yeah, of course.
All the dust. Dude, I drilled into the wall just to pre-drill to put some anchors to put a shelf up, and I was just like, I need to lay down. I can't do it.
That's the first thing you do that makes you feel a little bit like a man is put your anchors in. And you're like,
I love an anchor,
that's
man. I've put up probably 20 anchors in this place, and it's just the best.
I'm like, put anything you want on the shelf. She's like, no, I put what I want. No, put anything you want.
No,
put a bowling.
Sit on the shelf. Yeah, sit on the shelf right now.
Do a chin up on the shelf right now. I want to show you. Yeah, exactly. We're fucking on the shelf right now. That's what we're fucking. Yeah. For a week now, we're fucking on the shelf.
Call your friends. I'll put another shelf they can watch from the other shelf.
Yeah, exactly. So proud. You're like, I should have put a YouTube video of this when I put this up. I should have filmed this. This would have been helpful. Yeah. This would have helped people to see my quality. I mean, I put up some of the smallest things. When I installed the faucet for my grandmother, I literally was hearing. I was strutting out to Staying Alive in my head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was
chest up, just shoulders behind your ass.
As much as my posture allows my chest to go up. That's
you put on a double back brace.
Yeah, exactly. Boom. It's a double.
You're like Pikachu evolving into Raichu.
Dude, that is hilarious. That'd be such a funny way of me getting ready to leave the house. Like you put on a back brace, you go back. You put on another back brace to put.
Yeah.
Do you remember before you could record television? Does your memory span that far back?
What do you mean? Like on
before,
VHS?
When that was the only option to record television.
Well, I've never had a DVR in my life, so that was the only. No. Oh, my dad always thought it was bullshit, and then I moved out, and then I've never had cable here, so.
A DVR was when TiVo came out. It was in the States for I think a year and a half before we even got close to it. It was crazy, the idea that you could pause.
We were still working on the Canadarm. That was our one technological thing we were working on. Just the arm for the space station. We're like, that's us. We can't record TV. We're just building an arm up there.
Yeah,
that's all we got.
We're gonna put a Roots logo on it, and we're super excited. Yeah. We're really proud.
It's a salt and pepper cotton.
Yeah, exactly. A heathered gray. Yeah, exactly. So I remember I was thinking about how when I was working as a waiter, it was when you started being able to record TV a little bit, and there was also and it only mattered for me for the hockey games, right? Because we didn't show we were a restaurant without a TV. So when
you guys were fancy.
So when the hockey games were on. One year it finally broke, though. Because every playoffs will be really, really quiet in the restaurant. But keep in mind, I mean, not since '93 did we make it very far in the playoffs. Right. So it's not like that. It'd be 2 weeks of it, you know.
Yeah.
But then one year we went far. I think the year we went all the way
2010. Yeah.
Yeah, and that year I think they caved and had to bring in some TVs or something. Anyways, the point is that even if I wasn't recording the game. RDS used to replay the game.
In an hour.
Yeah, in an hour or something like that. And I used to be able to make it home for that. But I'd record it usually, and the show after it, just in case it went into overtime, right? Because like you need to make sure.
Smart.
And whenever I would serve tables, I would make it the rule that no one spoke about the hockey game. And I was thinking about what such a stuck-up waiter I was by the end, and how mad I would be if like my waiter came up to my group of 5 people and were like, no talking about the hockey game.
These are specials tonight, and also there are rules about what you can talk about.
Yeah, these are the rules. I think I did it with Game of Thrones too. Like I would just make it clear, be like, look, guys, you can't talk about the horny show that I need to watch when I get home.
Listen, you can talk about the dragons all you want, but don't tell me how she gets plowed this week, okay?
Yeah, exactly. I want to watch that. Man, that's so creepy, those scenes. I think I was watching on like some porn site, like just a collection of the best, like slow mode, up quality, the best tit scenes in any movie ever, you know? Like the best of the best. And Daenerys Targaryen was in one of them, and man, are her clips just depressing, because like one of them just like Kyle Drago like behind her, and she's just like
it's not consensual ever.
Dude, there's one where she's looking at it, and she doesn't look like she's saying, oh no, I don't like this being raped. She looks like she's being, oh no, I don't like being filmed in this scene. I told my agent I hate this. You know, like that's the vibe. It's not even just like, oh, the poor character's getting hurt. It's like, oh, this poor actress didn't want to show her breasts here. And then
she can't wait for a contract to be renewed so she can write it in that she will never do this again.
Yeah, which she did, which is, and you really can see it in her eyes. Like I don't think that that's the acting towards the character. I think that's her literally looking at the camera, being like, "This is fucked."
That is the emotion she went and reached for.
Yeah,
she never reached very far.
The rest of them were great. I didn't know that Elizabeth Olsen had a scene in a movie with Josh Brolin, so I guess the Scarlet Witch fucked Thanos, if you're a nerd, and it was very, very enjoyable.
I didn't know she was the sister until very recently.
Yeah, it makes sense because she is like what they would be if they fed themselves.
If they didn't smoke cigarettes and then eat the cigarettes as a dessert.
Yeah, if they weren't drawn by Tim Burton like the two of them are.
Yeah, what was that movie, Coralie or something? Like the animated button eyes. Yeah, that's what they look like. They look like that, and also you see a picture of a monkey, and then you see what it looks like in the zoo. They look like the zoo version of the monkey, like the not happy version, like the one that's like grappling at the cement wall that's painted like a tree. That's what the Olsen twins look like. Yeah,
once I was like, why is there a picture of the Olsen twins on my pack of cigarettes? I was like, oh no, that's a dying skeleton. That's right. That's not the Olsen
It's actually, it's what you would look like if you smoked a pack a day.
But they're cool as shit. Like really, really what they did, like they just work their ass off as kids, like whoever put them into that slave labor, but they made so much money on like straight to video movies, the two of them just jumping around, and then they just quit. They were like, fuck TV, we have like a fashion industry now, and they became like billionaires on their own, just never being in the limelight again, never having to like Macaulay Culkin it and like try to get attention.
Heath Ledger.
And they killed Heath Ledger. Everybody knows that. They
used their twin powers.
They both took parts just like in Full House.
Exactly.
Yeah. They brought in the drugs and they were like, "You got it, dude."
One of them was dating him, but then like the other one was like in charge of like making sure he would overdose, as the other one was like was seen doing grocery shopping or whatever. Yeah.
I don't know. I think. I have respect. There's I was reading about the woman who who came up with Tinder.
Okay.
She did it with like these 3 other guys, and I don't know if her name was Sheila. Did I say it was Sheila?
No. You just said she.
It was. Oh, Sheila.
Sheila. She's
Tinder.
an Australian lady. That's the worst Australian accent I've ever done in my life. Jesus Christ.
Worked for me. And most of the Australians I meet are drunk, so it doesn't sound something like that. Yeah. So she invented Tinder with these 3 guys and started hooking up with one of the guys, and then that went sour, and then he completely fucked her over. She ran out of the company, sued them, and then started another company called Bumble.
No way.
Yeah, all before she was.
That's not true.
She's born in 1989. This girl.
Like me.
Oh my god, you're so young, you fucking loser. Yeah, exactly.
Not only
Your
that, well,
age.
I was born in 1989, but I was a couple days away from 90. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know what you mean.
I said that like it's an innuendo, but
Yeah.
but
I was looking
really,
for the
just,
joke, and then I was like, no, I just actually know what you mean.
That's actually I was born 2 days before 1990, if you know what I mean.
Dude,
Don't forget my birthday next year, if you know what I mean.
And now I know it's worth like billions or something. Bumble. It's like,
There's no way she invented. I thought that would be a much bigger story if that was the truth. Are you serious?
It is. I just read it on LinkedIn, and it's also on top of it. It's just crazy that she did both those companies. It also makes sense, kind of, you know.
Yeah, it makes sense because she was like, okay, fuck Tinder. The girls decide this time.
Yeah.
We're in charge of everything. It makes sense.
It made so much more. Well, I don't know. Very impressive story. And I just think about her age. It's just like, fuck, man. She's got it together. I can't even, you know.
You bought a house, bitch. You're fine.
Yeah, and I'm sweating it out, man. Such a long time to getting it. It's just such a sweat it out period. You just sweat it out now for fucking 4 months like an asshole. My friend just bought it, and he's doing all the work, and it's hilarious because his wife is the actual is doing all the work, and his wife's mother, so his mother-in-law, is like actually into renovation. So he's just Instagram storying all of his wife and his mother-in-law doing all the work. It's hilarious. I've never seen anything funnier in my life. And it looks like a lot, man. Looks like a lot of shit.
Yeah, but are you gonna go into your place and take down walls and shit?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not all of it, like he's doing, but.
Well, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, I'm gonna take down. I need to take down a wall between the kitchen and the living room.
Hell yeah, that was my first thought when I saw those pictures.
Yeah, we want. That's the must. So no matter what it costs, we're doing that.
Yeah.
Cost is not an issue. I'm gonna say as I walk in there.
Yeah.
That's gangster, right?
Yeah, you're gonna sell your personalized dildo collection.
Yeah, I'm gonna shake a velvet bag of coins in his face and be like, "Cost is no issue."
Yeah.
So and then I also want to we want to take down. We want to extend the bathroom by taking away about 2 feet from the third bedroom. And I think we're also going to take the closet out of the third bedroom just to get a nice big bathroom. I know it's not the best idea, but we don't give a shit. We want to have a big bathroom.
Okay. For a tub? So your girlfriend can stop like going to other people's places to take a bath?
Exactly. So we don't have to go to an entire Airbnb experience.
Yeah, rent an Airbnb.
17. She took so many bathtubs there. She like really got it in. Like she like made sure this was worth every dime, and she's
still pruned right now. You can put a quarter in between all of her skin flat fucking folds.
It's beautiful. So
how was that Airbnb, by the way?
It was nice. It was weird because it wasn't really in the country, and it was kind of like in a small little town, and it was quiet. It said like Lake View. It's called the Lake View on it, and then like you can barely see the lake from it. You know, like you're kind of like squeezing through other. You know, like you have to like squint through trees and like through another row of houses to kind of see the lake. But the house itself was cute as shit. Like this guy just took us some old little cabin. There was a kitchen. He spray painted the entire thing white. Like there were picture frames on the wall, and he painted white over the picture frames and over the wall. Didn't take them down first, but
like
did it
a
on
bug
purpose.
Fumigation, but just a spray paint. Fuck, man.
Exactly.
You can do
but
that?
he had all this cutesy shit going on, and then he had there's like another room attached to the pretty big kitchen, which was just this giant loft with like older couches, very cute, and then like a loft area on top with the bed, the bathtub. So it was very picturesque. I imagine if we were there in the fall, it would have been really nice because then all the trees around us wouldn't have been like just barren and sad, you know? But
yeah, now's not the time, I guess, but whatever.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what, just leaving the laptop and not looking at it, and just like not having to go and like there was just a relaxation level of being in this other house.
Not thinking about the podcast, not thinking about our advertisers, our Patreon.
Exactly, all these fans badgering me, you know, finally getting away from the paparazzi in the quiet eastern townships. But I will tell you this, so night one, we bought like a big bottle of Jameson with us and finished it. And on night one,
sick.
We drank a lot. We played this game. It wasn't dumb. We played this game where I would have to ask her a question about me, and to see if she knew the answer, and we had to stump each other. And if someone couldn't answer it, you had to drink, right?
Right.
And it's good because you're drunken and you're telling, and you have to find things that they don't know, kind of thing. So you're also telling, someone who you're, spending a lot of time with, a lot about yourself. It was fun. I was wasted though. And then I wanted to go smoke a joint, but it was kind of chilly, and I was like, I want to listen to something. So I was like, I'll go sit in my car. So I go into my car. I start listening to some podcast or something, and drunkenly having a good time. I get out and I go to sleep. And the next day we do the same. I get drunk again. I do the same thing. I go into my car, smoke a joint, listening to the radio, and then I'm like, oh shit, I've been like in here for like 25, 30 minutes. I don't want to let the battery do all this work. It's dangerous, Yeah. So I go to start it, and it doesn't start. And I'm like, oh no. And I go again, and it does not. It just goes click, 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 and it's done for. I'm like, okay. Right. And then I have this flashback of me talking to my mother, or she's like, just renew CAA. I'm like, Mom, I don't drive. It's pandemic. I don't go anywhere. Why would I renew CAA? What are you talking about? And she's like, I don't know. I think it's just $130. So who cares? And I'm like,
the whole year, CAA Gold is like $250. They'll tow you 50 miles or 150 miles or something.
So you have that feeling, and you're just going, you go to yourself, you're like, I'll just try it in the morning. It just needs, rest up this thing.
The battery just needs to charge itself.
Yeah.
From being off.
No problem. And then I go to sleep, pissed off. I think like my girlfriend wants to canoodle, do a little love making, and I was very much like.
Well, actually, I have no idea.
It's a bit. I have no idea.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm like, and I was just so annoyed, and obviously just completely my fault. I definitely left the light on overnight. I think even like when I went back in there, I probably didn't even realize like I was ditsy dazing. I was too drunk. So I call CAA, and they're like, yeah, we can come, but you're going to have to renew your membership, and you canceled, remember, and you ignored all those letters we sent you about renew now. You're about to lose your thing. So that's also good. So it takes 48 hours.
And they play a voicemail of you saying, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And they're like, it's going to take 48 hours for your services to come, so if you want them to come now, it's going to cost an extra $40. And I'm like, you goddamn assholes. And so I called them, and it's almost like they were around the corner. Like, okay, we're here. They're like, okay. They're like, what's your credit card number? And I'm like, okay. And they're like, what's?
And they're like 654 last numbers, and you're like, yeah, that's exactly. Yeah.
And they're like, okay, and then we're here. And I'm like, okay, perfect. And the guy came and boosted me up, and he's like, you got to keep your car on for another hour, or else it's gonna die. Which I knew already because I've done this already. Because I'm just an idiot, just a moron. So annoyed at myself. So I made sure that this the whole trip cost me an extra $160.
That's fucking sick, yeah.
Just put them on top,
That's fantastic.
And I also find getting a lot, we went to like a little bagel place on Green to get a few like salads and stuff for the like pre-made salads and stuff for the trip.
Went to Westmount to go to the bagel place, the fancy bagel place. What do they do to the bagels?
It was owned by pure Filipino people, so like I think it used to be owned by Jews, and then it was kind of taken over. And Filipino I bought all this shit. I just bought. I find it might have been my fault because I do get a little pressured in stores now. With the whole mask and the people behind me, and it's like one person at a time. You're talking between glass. Everyone's worrying if you're gay or not. So it's like I don't know how to manage it. And I think I just like quickly chose salads. I bought 6 bagels, some cream cheese, and like 4 assorted salads, and like some knishes. And it cost me like $75. And I'm like, this must be wrong, but I don't want to spend any more time in here. You know, like that was my thought process.
No.
So I'm
I
like,
will pay you more to leave right now.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
I just gave them my credit card and they ran it. And I was like, okay. And then we got there and like my girlfriend's looking at the salad. She's like, this is all disgusting. I don't want to eat any of this. I'm like, me neither. And she's like, why did you buy them? I'm like, I don't know.
The pressure.
Yeah, and then on top of it, it was $75. And she's like, I'm not splitting that part with you. You're gonna absorb all this.
I
pain.
get like, it's not that bad, but like the bagel place right by my place, they had a bunch of like banana peppers, you know, like in a jar.
Yeah,
and
sure,
from
yeah.
a certain company called Putters, and I was like, oh man, like just to make conversation with the guy, I'm like, oh, these guys make really great spicy dill pickles. And he's like, I'm gonna order so many of them. And I go back the next time, there's like 60 fucking jars of spicy dill pickles, and they haven't sold a single fucking one. So every time I go in now to buy 6 bagels, I feel pressured to buy just a jar of spicy dill pickles. So I'm eating dill pickles like there's no fucking tomorrow.
That's hilarious. I did the same thing with my dad. One time I walked in there and I wanted to make stir fry, and he didn't have baby corn, and I was like, you should buy baby corn. And he's like, good idea. And then I just started buying baby corn like every day because I felt so guilty about it.
Of course.
And my stomach hurt, and and I realized it's just
You're
crunchy
shitting
water.
pure corn.
It doesn't even taste like corn. There's no flavor, and I don't even understand. I don't think there is a difference between a water chestnut and a baby corn. They taste exactly the same.
Wait, so baby corn's like the little tiny ones you find in stir fry and shit?
Yeah, the small ones that don't have no
I
cob.
hate that, man. I
That
hate
movie
that
Big.
shit.
That movie Big. He eats them like it's very funny. He eats it like a.
Right. I've never seen Big.
But
That's
it's
too
funny because in Big, it's like he's eating it at a fancy restaurant. I'm like, what fancy?
Big is the one where he has AIDS, right?
Yeah, he has AIDS. Yeah, he gives it to all the kids. Yeah, that's the one that hates him.
I always get Big and Philadelphia confused. I've never seen either one.
He wishes for AIDS from the carnival genie, and it's granted, but it turns out it's just HIV and it's completely manageable. So he's fine.
Nice.
And then he becomes Forrest Gump, which I try. Oh, I didn't try, but my girlfriend was watching a little while ago, and I'm like, this is awful. I don't understand how we ever like it just doesn't even seem real. So bad.
I mean, I think we got a good dose of that when Benjamin Button came out, and we're just like, this is shit. And it's like, what? Like, it took like 15 years to figure out that Forrest Gump was shit, but it took like 12 seconds for people to figure out that, you know, Benjamin Button was the same movie, but worse.
Jenny, give me AIDS. Jenny, give me and a child your AIDS, please.
Yeah, that's the one.
I'm a white man. I'm gonna profit off of a black man's efforts to be a shrimp.
Dude, I went.
I'm gonna make all his money.
When I was 15, when I was 17 or 16 or 17, I went to New York City to see a concert, and my family decided to, you know, instead of having a 17-year-old go to New York City alone, we like made it a family trip with like my buddy and like his parents and shit, and we went to the Bubba Gump Shrimp Factory. Instead, you know, we could have gone to anywhere in New York City for dinner. We were there for like 4 nights, and we went to the Bubba Gump Shrimp Factory.
I remember once traveling through the States and seeing that in an airport, the Bubba Gump Shrimp Factory, and being like, that's a real restaurant they have.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I can't believe an entire franchise exists off of a play off of one movie.
But dude, in Times Square. You
yeah, but
understand?
it's not
like,
just
that,
there.
Like
it's
the
also
most
in airports.
expensive. I know, but it's like the most expensive real estate in Manhattan, in Times Square. I'm guessing. I have no idea if that's true or not. But that's just like it's the same idea as having like the 3-story Olive Garden in Times Square. It's like, what? How are these the places? Like, how stupid are we that we're going to New York City? You can go anywhere and you can walk for miles and like see so many like beautiful little shops
insane.
and.
It's hilarious, and it's what people
Gump.
do.
Yeah.
I always say in Montreal, if you go to a restaurant like the Keg or like, you know, Baton Rouge, if those are your choices, you know, it's like they're not like, unless you're going for pure ribs. But if you're like, I want a fancy steak night, like I have money.
No, those are. Those are office Christmas party locations.
Those are
That's all that is.
That's where you go to eat if you live in Ontario because you have nothing else. But
exactly.
In Montreal, and not Toronto, but like in Ottawa, you know, in Montreal we
Yeah.
have so many cool small restaurants. It's insane to do that to yourself. It's really it makes no sense. I'm gonna go to what's that really cheesy one they used to advertise in the hockey game all the time? Moxie's.
Oh, yeah.
Do you have Moxie? Come to Moxie's where we serve Moxie on plates for Moxie people.
They never show the food in that commercial. It's just a bunch of pretty white people making out.
And then
at
like
the
a
booth.
grill flaming. And it's like, dude, he has no control
Yeah.
of the grill. It shouldn't flame up like that. Like, it doesn't make sense. Why is it flaming up like that?
I ordered a salad.
Yeah.
That's...
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, why is he on the grill at all? Yeah.
Can I get the tuna salad? Yeah, firing up the grill, baby.
I did kind of want to work at one of those restaurants when I was a kid because I feel like they killed it.
In what way?
They just made a lot of money, like just because it's a clean shift.
Oh,
you know?
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Make that coin, you know. You don't like you know, $250 a night, $300 cash in your pocket, $500 sometimes cash in your pocket.
I never lived like that, man. I never did that. I wish I had that. Well, actually, I was gonna say I wish I had that money, then invested it, and then imagine how rich I would have been now. But no, I would have fucking spent it all.
There were very few. Like probably I could count on, you know, one finger. No, but I could count just like a few waiters I know that saved a lot of that money, and most of them opened restaurants with that money that they saved.
Really?
Yeah, and and
Just
for those people
skipping a lot of steps going from waiter to owner.
Yeah, our manager once had one of his Jewish accountant friends come talk to all the waiters about managing our money. You know, it was very funny.
Really?
Yeah, it was probably good. I remember he was telling me he was saying the idea that if you're trying to save money while you're in debt, you're not saving money. I remember him trying to explain that to me. You know, like you have your credit card debt, but then you also have your savings account. You know, but what you should do is take all that money in your savings account and just put it on your credit card. And I'm like, yeah, but, you know,
makes sense. But yeah, if you have credit card debt, yes, 100%. But if you have a debt that's like, you know, at a lower rate than what you can make back in the market, then why would you pay off that debt? You know what I mean?
Don't think I'm ever paying my student loan off in a chunk. They're taking $100 a month till the day I die. See if I care.
Exactly.
They take like $3.50 a year on interest until I'm like, I think 40 or something like that. I don't care. I could pay it off. Honestly, Jason, between you and I could pay it off. No problem tomorrow. No sweat off my back. I don't give a shit. They're not getting that money.
No.
I'm counting on the bank closing down when I have $100 left on it, being like, "Oh, worth it."
Beat you, bitch.
Yeah,
I would.
exactly. Beat the system. That's what
It's insane that you have student loans but no university degree. That's beautiful.
Well, I do have the what's it called?
A certificate?
The certificate for that loan. Like that loan wasn't taken. I personally did pay for all the things that I didn't reap the benefits of, like 4 semesters at Concordia.
Right.
And I went to what we call Sage Up Dawson College for 3 years when I went back after the original stint. But that didn't cost me anything.
Okay.
And let's be honest, I just went back to meet some young ladies. Some young boys.
Yeah, if you don't know, CJEP is 17 to 19 years old, probably.
You know what's very funny about that
experience?
Was the opposite, actually. I was like 24 when I went for their specialized art program. And I was like, holy shit, I'm gonna be around such young, and illegal. Like, it is filled with illegal girls because a lot of them are 17 when they go in.
Yeah.
Right? I thought I was gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be trouble, and you get there and you're like, oh my god, they are children. I am surrounded by children. They're not sexy. Like the few that pop out, you know what I mean, are not enough to make that experience be like, oh my god, young women. Really?
No, I remember. I think I had to take a summer class at Dawson, and I remember feeling that way. And I think I was 21 years old, so I can't imagine at like 24. I mean, I went back to university at 24 to finish my degree. Yeah. And it was just like you look for the 36-year-old single moms.
Yeah.
Just to be friends with, just to talk to someone who's not like, I was reading Marx, and he said that actually capitalism is bad.
Whoa, you live by yourself? That's awesome. I'm like, all right, dude.
No, I'm still with my parents, actually. I'm 27, and I can't wait to move out.
Well, that's really your story, so.
Yeah, it is.
So that's all right.
It's 100% true.
Fully accurate. Okay.
All right, that's a good one for this week. That is it. We covered everything, huh? Call this one Diabetes Sucks, I think. That's the one thing that stuck in my mind.
Yeah, that's good. Diabetes
There you
sucks,
go.
and tell your friends. One friend. You know, we give the kind of content that like you have to talk about. You know, just
tell your
talk
friends.
about it. Yeah.
Tell your friends, man.
I love you, Jason.
I love you, dude. I'll see you Saturday and Sunday, man.
Let's rock it out.
Let's do it, man. Saturday, we're hanging out in the park, having some beers, getting blackout drunk at 3 p.m. And Sunday, we'll talk about it.
Fuck yeah! Is this rock and roll or is this rock and roll? Do you know?
I can't see your fingers because of your background, so
Is this rock and roll? Is this rock and roll?
it's
Is
this one, man.
This one? That one?
It's two in the guitar, one in the bass. You know what I mean?
That's exactly what. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's how.
I was
Jason
doing the
gets off.
shocker. But yes, it is. I put one in my dick hole, two in my ass. Let's
Yes.
wrap it up for the week.
Thanks for listening.
All right. See you. Goodbye.
Friendship, friendship, friendship.